Latest football news, engaging debates,
and fascinating opinions.
Pitchside talk on IO Radio. So to kick off the games for Sunday, it is a London derby, West Ham versus Tottenham. And for West Ham, Mikel Antonio is back in contention after missing the last two games because of fatigue, which is a big boost to David Moyes' side. But for Tottenham, Harry Kane is expected to start after he was left out as a precaution over the victory in the Europa League on Thursday. And also they've been flown back from Budapest as well. But Piers, a big game really here in context here. West Ham could possibly go up to fourth place here if Chelsea win, or if they draw or lose, sorry. But for Tottenham here, there's a chance here they can try and get back into the European places with a victory to go up to seventh place. So there's a lot on the line for both clubs.
Yeah, it's definitely a good chance for Tottenham. I mean, obviously, getting the win, I feel like they needed a strong win like that. They've been very consistent as of late. The last game they played in the Premier League, they got, battered by City, so it wasn't great for them. And to be fair, everything's a bit stacked against them. They played on Thursday, now they've got to travel back and play. On the other hand, West Ham looking great. I think they're in some good form. I think they're causing problems. They got that late equaliser against Tottenham earlier in the season, so I think, West Ham looking good, but I just think with the way Mourinho sets up his team, and I think against West Ham, I don't know why, but I fancy Tottenham are going to squeeze a win here. It'll build up momentum for them. So I think Tottenham will get the win. I think they're just going to get it, and it's going to be 1-0.
So it's Aston Villa versus Leicester today, and for Aston Villa, there's a big blow for them. Matty Cash has suffered a hamstring strain, and he will be kept out of the side now for at least 3 weeks, and also looks like El Mahdi is going to be replacing him as well. For Leicester, Timothy Canister, who has missed the last 5 games, is now fit for the Foxes, but Iosi Perez still remains on the sidelines for them. But Piers, it's quite a big game really here for Aston Villa, who have sort of been a bit inconsistent, but they've been getting wins and draws, they've been getting points from positions where they haven't deserved it, but they could possibly go back up to 7th, back into those European places. But for Leicester, there's a good chance here that they can go into second place and possibly stay there if Manchester United don't capitalise on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be the best game of the weekend. One of the best games of the weekend, just thought of another one, but I think it'll be a very good game. Aston Villa scoring goals for fun, exciting football. Leicester, I think they've been one of the best teams to watch this season. I think they've been, fantastic to watch. The players look amazing. It just shows, the great future that the Premier League has got. But I think it's going to be high scoring. I think both teams are going to go for it. But I think the problem with Leicester and what they've had this season is I think they get themselves into a great position. They beat a big team like they beat Liverpool, and then they drop off. They lose the next game. They just slip up when they're in a great position. And I think against a team like Aston Villa, I think they might slightly be overlooking them. So I think it's going to happen. I think Villa are going to cause problems. I think Villa are going to get the win, and I'm going to go for 3-2 to Villa.
So it is the second biggest game this weekend, Arsenal versus Manchester City. And for Arsenal, they have no new concerns that has arisen from their draw in the Europa League on Thursday against Benfica. But Kieran Tierney could possibly start after returning from a month-long injury. But Thomas Partey still remains a fitness doubt for the Gunners. But for Manchester City, top goal scorer Ilkay Gundogan has returned to training after missing the victory over Everton with a groin issue, but is looking he might be starting. We're not too sure just yet. But Piers, Manchester City took one big step closer to that Premier League title, a 10-point lead, 17 straight victories in all competitions, 10 wins consecutively at the start of the year. No other side has ever done that in the English history of football. But they're coming against an Arsenal side who have sort of been a bit tricky recently. They've had draws, they've had losses, they've had wins, a bit hit and miss. But this game here could be kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game. I think Arsenal always have the confidence that they're going to try and get a win. Last time out, they beat Leeds, put 4 past them. So I'm sure they'll have confidence from that. Obviously, didn't play amazing in the game against Benfica during the week, but got the draw, didn't lose. So they got what they needed to take back. Man City, on the other hand, are sort of just in a flow state. All their players are in form. Obviously, Gundogan coming back. He's been arguably one of the best players this season in the Premier League. Man City are just putting teams away easily, playing like champions. And to be fair, I think that they'll beat Arsenal. I think they'll just, I don't know. I think that they're just too well set up. against a team like Arsenal at the moment, who are in funny form and are looking to rebuild against a team. I think it will show the levels here between a club that challenges for the title and a club that's challenging for Europe. So I think Man City are going to get the win, and I'm going to go for 3-1 to City.
So it is Newcastle versus Manchester United Day. And for Newcastle, it looks like Fernandes is now back in training and could possibly feature in this game as well for them. And also Jeff Hendricks has returned to the side after suspension. But for Manchester United, they will assess the fitness of Edison Cavani and Donny van de Beek, who were both left out in the Europa League victory on a Thursday due to muscular injuries. Also, Scott McTominay is a doubt for Manchester United. But Piers, this is a big game here, really. For Newcastle, they need to get wins on the board here, really, because they're getting closer to that drop zone. And we've seen before that they have dropped into that, and it has been a bit of a problem for them. But Manchester United, they need to keep winning just to keep in this top four battle, because if you lose a few games or draw a few games, you're potentially back in that danger zone.
Yeah, both teams need to gain points here. Obviously, Newcastle and Man United, I think, both looked quite flat in their last games out in the Premier League. Newcastle against Chelsea just sort of got figured out. Manchester United just didn't look like they wanted it. And both teams are sort of in a similar position, but in different ends of the table. You know, Man United, if they keep dropping points, you know, they haven't won in two, they'll start to slip out of that, and they'll start to get dragged into a top four race. And that's not what you want coming towards the end of the season. Newcastle, on the other hand, with Fulham starting to pick up some form, they need to make sure they don't drop into the bottom three. So both teams have got a lot on the line. I think Manchester United will bounce back from this. I think they look good in Europe during the week, and I think they'll get the win. I think it's going to be simple for Man United, and it's going to be 1-0.